welcome to the tech walk for the Singapore Sail Grand Prix. Now we have a tricky weekend in store for us this weekend with light winds expected, but we've got those big 29-meter wings on the F50s to try and get them foiling around the racetrack. Now it's going to be about mental resilience this weekend because there's also a bit of a challenge. It's a bit of a commute to the race course as the sailors have to navigate one of the busiest shipping channels in the world. So there is a lot going on behind the scenes to get ready for racing, and the tech team have definitely had their challenges this weekend as well. They've got 3 cranes in operation to try deal with the difficult tides here in Singapore, and every couple of minutes we're under the Changi flight route so that big jumbo jets are flying past. With just 4 events left of the season, including this one, there's still 40 points up for grab. Sure, Australia's out in front, but there's anywhere between 2nd and 7th can make that final 3. So it's make or break for this weekend for a lot of teams. On that note, let's walk around the team base and find out how practice has gone for a couple of the teams. How was your day?
Yeah, it was good.
How are the shoulders?
Yeah,
Hello. How's your day? Another one.
Bad for the camera.
It's real bad for the camera.
Yeah.
Now the Aussies, they're still leading overall, but they've got a bit of a difficult weekend ahead of them. They're missing King Kyle. They're missing their wing trimmer who's injured. So I'd love to have a chat to Tom and see what his plan is for this weekend. You got a bit of a mix-up team this weekend. We heard Kyle's not coming. Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, unfortunately, Kyle sounds like he's bulged a disc in his back. A couple of days before he was supposed to fly, and we were trying to see if he'd be right, and he was seeing physios, but unfortunately, it's not possible. So here, at least, Ed Power is our reserve. He's going to get a couple of days of practice, and he'll be filling in on wing.
Yeah, well, it's been an interesting season for you, but I think that wall up the back just goes to show how dominant you've been. Is that to scare everyone else off?
I don't think that was by design that we put them all up there, but they've been sitting in our container for so long, and someone said, well, why don't you guys show them off? And I thought, you know what, why not?
Well, we heard we didn't have much time because you have safety training, so we'll let you go, and good luck this weekend.
Okay, thank you very much.
See you, Tom.
Cheers.
I'm here in the New Zealand tent, and as you can see behind me, it's absolutely pristine. So they get the award for the cleanest shed, but they're actually staying out on the mooring tonight, which means that they have a little bit of a sleep in tomorrow. And I can also see them coming back from weigh-in. So everyone's capitalizing on the sweaty day out on the water and weighing in before they go to sleep tonight. So let's grab one of them. I did hear that there was a little bit of an incident on water with the USA team, and it was a collision. So we'll have to stand by to see if any penalty points are given ahead of racing this weekend.
slow. 3.
How are you?
Very good, how are you?
Good.
Nice to see you.
You too.
You winning?
How was your weigh-in?
We made it?
Yeah?
Well, I think
you
so.
You made your weigh-in?
We've got to wait for Pistol. See how far
Oh
it
no.
is. But
Is Pete usually a bad culprit?
Yeah, Pete's always, most of us are pretty bad.
How was practice racing?
Pretty good, it was pretty light, but it was better than expected, eh?
Yeah.
It was nice, and then, yeah, I don't know. No, we need to get into our routines and start doing what we know to do.
Yeah. And you got the big wings up. You guys go all right with the big wings?
Big wings, big foils, 4 up.
Do you get to stay on board with 4 up?
Nah, I'm off.
Oh, that's why you like it.
Yeah. Stay near the lunchbox.
All right, thanks JJ. We'll see you later. We also heard from Pete earlier in the press conference.
Yeah, it was a little bit frustrating yesterday. We had a tiny tap with the USA guys, and that's the rules here, where if you have any contact, you get points. It's a frustrating one, but it's going to be a long weekend, and we're just looking forward to putting our best foot forward and making the most of it.
The French team, as you can see, they're washing their boat behind me after a big day on the water. They have had 2 back-to-back top 3s, and for those of you that did watch Racing on the Edge, you can see all that hard work they have done is really paying off on the water. So we'll grab them in a second and see if we can have a chat. Hello, do you have 2 minutes? You guys have had 2 really good events, and I heard you got some sponsors too.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, after the results, the sponsors follow, so that's good.
And are you looking forward to racing this weekend? It looks tricky.
It looks tricky and pretty light, but I think it's gonna be awesome races.
I heard it's a bit of a commute to the race course as well. Long days for the sailors, like craning in and out.
Yeah, craning pretty early in the morning and craning out pretty late. And obviously there is like a long trip to go to the race course, so it's busy week.
And I heard that there's a beach club as the race village. That looks like a pretty fun place to hang out.
Yeah, it's pretty, looks nice. From the sea, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, we have to chilling there, take just a drink and watch the race. It looks nice, huh? Should be there now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, it should be light, but hopefully fun to watch and enjoy grinding in the heat.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
See ya. Bye. So I'm here in front of the British tent, and one of the biggest stories this weekend is that Hannah Mills is returning to the team. Now, she had a baby just 3 months ago, so it's awesome to see her pushing hard to be back in one of the fastest boats on the water and racing. So let's go and head in and see how her training has gone ahead of this weekend's event. Well, Hannah, first of all, congratulations. You have a little 3-month-old baby, is that right?
Yeah, I do. Little Sienna.
Very exciting. And you had your first day back sailing on the F50. How did it go?
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, it was my first day back sailing, full stop. I did get wing foiling back at home just to test how I felt doing that. And yeah, it's hard with SailGP and the F50 because you can't practice until you're here. So yeah, I was pretty nervous, but my body felt good. So I was up for giving it a go. And yeah, took sort of all the precautions, and yeah, it was just amazing to be out and back sailing.
It's great having Hannah back on the boat. She's doing a sterling job, and get to get the band back together, get racing here in Singapore.
Oh, it's so exciting to see you here. I'm so excited, full like woman power, and we'll be cheering you on this weekend.
Thanks, Lisa.
Have a good night. See ya. The Denmark SailGP team, they sit in 5th overall, but they did have a very disappointing finish in Dubai, having to retire due to technical difficulties. Now, those difficulties were not caused by them, so they did get redress and they're still hanging in there in the overall leaderboard. But I'm sure they cannot wait to get racing here in Singapore. How's the sweat levels?
It's all good. It was an easy one.
Weigh in?
Yeah.
Yeah, pass the no worries?
No worries.
That was good. There's another plane. Just weighed in. I imagine sweating it out probably helped the weigh in.
Yeah, the day's yachting definitely helped get us underweight, that's for sure.
And what are you expecting for this weekend racing? You've got a big wing, so you got a big job?
Yeah, it's going to be light, and 4-up is what the forecast is looking at. So yeah, it's good we had some 4-up today and had some 4-up in Dubai, so yeah, we're feeling ready.
Tough end to the event in Dubai with some technical issues, but I'm sure you're ready to charge this weekend.
We are so ready to charge. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
And the points are super close. You guys are sitting in 5th, but it's all to play for, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got unlucky in Dubai, but we're pretty keen to get back into it. It was a long break, and we're excited.
Well, enthusiasm seems high, so good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Catch ya.
Bye. The Canada SailGP team, they've had an up and down season. They started super strong, but they've had a few things not fall their way. They're sitting 6th overall, but still totally in the hunt for that top 3. In other news though, they are leading the other championship of SailGP, leading the Impact League. As you can see behind me, they're pretty busy packing the boat up, but I had a few questions for Phil in the press conference.
Probably a venue like this, it's going to be very different in terms of how you start, and I think you've got to rely on experience, and thankfully in our team we've got probably quite a bit of experience in this style of racing, and the last time I was here I was racing in Marina Bay, and I can assure you that was a lot harder than racing out here. So now it's a great place. We're excited to be in Singapore, and it's it should be hopefully a great weekend of racing.
The United States SailGP team, they had a bit of a rough run in Dubai, performing very well on day 1, but struggling on day 2. Now they've had a bit of a change up in their crew, with Rome Kirby coming back on board for the flight control this weekend. Now I've spotted Jimmy Spithill. In the city to Hobart, he was behind the mic, so maybe he might be a bit nicer and chat to me about how the team's going with the new change up. Safety first. You can sense me coming. Hello. How's your first day in Singapore?
Yeah, pretty warm, pretty humid. I think I made the call of the day. I was the only, Rome and I actually, both went with the board shorts.
Looked like it might be some tricky racing this weekend.
Yeah, it's pretty soft out there, and even the weighting of the wind is super light. So I think we're probably set up for a lot of 4-up racing.
Sounds like there's a lot of challenges this weekend, but you mentioned you've got Rome back on board. How's it been to mix it up again?
Yeah, it's great getting Rome back. I mean, look, it's nice to be in a position where now we've got 2 world-class foil trimmers. You know, when I came into this team, we really had no depth on the bench, and now we've got the option of, you know, like some of the other teams, we've got some people involved with Olympic Games campaigns and America's Cup, so there will be some rotation. And then again, who knows, you get sick or injured, you you know, where we were last season, we had no depth. And now, yeah, we've made an investment, but now at least we've got the option of some really good guys to rotate around given the other commitments.
And one more thing, Jimmy, I saw you behind the mic in the city in Hobart. How did it feel to be on the other side like I am?
Yeah, it was it's a cool experience. You know, I've done it a few times now, and with the Star crew, and it's unbelievable. I mean, you definitely, I miss, you know, being on there, and because the start's one of those sort of, I think, real iconic moments. But it feels pretty nice just waving goodbye, heading back home, cracking open a nice beer, having a shower that night and getting in bed. That's pretty good too.
Oh, you did a good job, and I enjoyed the start, so thanks for that.
Anytime.
Have a good race, Jimmy. See ya. So the Spanish team is another team that's hanging out on the moorings overnight just to account for those tides and the challenging craning conditions we have here in Singapore. But I did see them earlier trying some Singapore cuisine with the infamous fruit of durian. The Spanish team have also been busy picking up some new sponsors and riding off that race win in Dubai. So let's hear what Geordie had to say in the press conference leading into this weekend.
We are working hard, and as we've seen, we are improving, and yeah, we hope this podium arrives sooner than later.
Now the Swiss boat actually made it in the shed. Unfortunately for them though, they're actually 9th overall, and it's pretty much mathematically impossible for them to make the final. So with 4 events left, it's all about gaining experience and coming into season 4 ready to fire. So with that said, let's wander around the shed, see if we can grab someone and see how they're finding the light winds in Singapore. Oh, we've also spotted Nathan in the shed, so not quite sure what Nathan's role is going to be here, but we might grab someone, have a chat and see how he fits into the team. Bit of a tough break for you guys. Obviously, you know, it's going to be hard to make the final. I don't know if you can, but does that mean you can just go for it this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're starting the year as a new year, and I think we just want to get good results and start with race results, you know, winning some races, and then trying to get in the podium for some of the events for the rest of the season and really build for the next year.
And I see Nathan's still hanging around, so he's obviously helping the team out then.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been sitting on the back helping us out, and he's really good for the strategy, and also knows the boat so well. So we're still really progressing with him, which is good.
Oh, well, good luck today and for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. Cheers.
Okay, see ya. It's the 4 p.m. to Sydney. I'll be on that in a few days. Well, Brad, we've heard from all the teams that Singapore has its challenges, but it's a challenging event for your team too.
It's our hardest one yet. It's actually so hard I couldn't even describe it. But we're working through it actually, and using the collective experience of all our years now and starting to work out how to do it.
So there's a few things. You've got lightning strikes at risk. You've got tides to deal with, and a pretty busy shipping lane too.
Unbelievably shipping lane. Like, it's unreal. You couldn't, again, you describe it, you couldn't, until you see it, you don't know. Over 300 ships out there, just almost like their nose to tail the whole way along.
Well, we ship the boats around the world, and now you see where they get held up in Singapore.
Yeah, that's right. I can understand logistics issues now.
We also have a flight path to deal with.
Yeah. Hi, Mum.
Yeah, so craning's quite difficult, but the Aussies put you under pressure because they went in and out on a practice day.
Yeah, well, they were very lucky actually that when they went in had an issue, that we had the opportunity to come out. On race morning, if that was to happen, we could not have got Australia out, and they would have missed the sailing.
They're pretty lucky Aussies, aren't they?
They normally do get lucky, actually. I mean, it's well documented. They get into the final race luckily win it. So they seem to have the streak with them.
Well, talking about the final race, who are your top 3 for this weekend?
Crikey, that's a good one. GBR, New Zealand and France.
Oh, that's who I was going to say.
I got it.
All right, thanks, Brad. We'll let you go, and good luck for your team this weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
See ya. Here goes another plane. Well, I was almost going to go the same as Brad, but I'm going to mix it up just because he said that. I think that France is on form, so they'll sneak into the final and be 3rd overall. I think the United States team is actually going to put it all together this weekend. I think they're quite strong in the light conditions, and especially with that 29-metre wing. And coming in for their first event wing, I'm going to go for GBR because I think that Ben Ainsley knows how to pick a shift in the light breeze. Well, that's it for the Tech Walk, and as you heard, it's going to be a pretty challenging weekend, but there are a few places that you can catch the action. If you are in Singapore, you've got to head to the Beach Club. Head to sailgp.com/Singapore to get a couple of tickets that are remaining. But if you're watching at home, let me know where you're watching from and who you think your top 3 are going to be. It's going to be a very interesting weekend for the first Asian SailGP event. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. There goes another plane.